Hey guys, welcome to my tutorial on the WACC, or the weighted average cost of capital in finance. So today I've got the template here for you which you can download and use yourself, and I'm also going to run through a little tutorial as well for you so you can understand what's going on here. So if I just bring the formula up on the screen now, we can see there's quite a few components to the weighted average cost of capital. So essentially what we're looking at is weighing the proportions of equity and debt, and then multiplying those proportions by the cost of equity and the cost of debt. Now we can see at the end of the formula we've got this 1 minus t, which is the tax rate, and that captures the tax benefit or the tax shield of debt. Now, the WACC will increase with risk, so a higher cost of equity will mean that the firm or the project is riskier, and is very similar to the CAPM. And we actually do need to use the CAPM to find this cost of equity, and I'll have a link to a CAPM tutorial that I've done in the description, which also has a template for you to download. Alright, so if we come back into Excel, you can see I've got two versions of the calculator here for you. I've got the dollar value method or the debt to equity ratio method. Both will yield the same result, assuming you're using the same proportions of debt and equity. It's just easy to use. If you've got a balance sheet for a company, it should be very easy to find the equity and debt dollar values. Or sometimes if you're looking at a website like Yahoo Finance or Google Finance, you might only be able to find the debt to equity ratio, but that's okay because, as I said, it will yield us the same result. So all we need to do, and as per usual, I've included the instructions in the spreadsheet. We just have to input these values in the grey cells. So let's just come up with a fictional business. We'll say it has $1,000 of equity and $200 of debt, with a cost of equity. Remember, we need to use the CAPM to find this. I'm just going to use some random rate, let's say 12%, and the cost of debt, which is the interest rate charged on borrowings of the firm. So it can be their bonds or loans they might have with the bank. And then, of course, we want to enter the tax rate so we can capture the tax shield. And we'll see that we have a weighted average cost of capital for this business of 10.58%. So this can be used as a discount rate in a discounted cash flow or a net present value, something to measure the profitability of projects or valuing a firm. And if we hop over to the debt to equity ratio method, and to use the same figures to come to the same result, we just simply take debt over equity. That'll give us 20%, or 1 over 5. And then cost of equity, let's keep that the same. Cost of debt and our tax rate. And there we have it. So we can see how both options will yield the exact same result. It just depends what data you have available to you. And a lot of this data can be found using the uh, annual report or the financial statements of a company. Typically, the tax rate is about 30%, and if you might have to do a bit of digging to find the cost of debt, but you should be able to find that in the annual reports of companies. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to download the template. I'll link it in the description, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thank you, guys.